We're live. We are, which is good. Apart from that, we're the only ones on it. But anyway. No, the Jays are joining us. Janet and Jean. Thank you. And Rachel. Thought we'd catch you out, ladies. You thought you'd had enough of us, but clearly not. We're still here. As you can see, we're high on life. No, we're not on our own, Janet. You're right. You were first on, so you probably heard that. Oh, dear me. We thought we'd jump on because we've come to the end of a long week. As you can see, Linda got back on Monday, all glowy. Hi, Jackie. Looking very, very healthy. Forsy's joined. Hello, there you go. Come and play, girlies. It's lovely. Hello, Anne. And we were going to do Nayna's conversations, and we just said, "Oh, sod it, let's just do a live." I'm definitely sure. Well, you were partying last night, Janet. That's why. Mrs. Award ceremony that you are. Hi, Fawzia. Hi, Carmel. I assume you're back from Canada, because what time would it be there? Very early in the morning, I think. So I'm hoping you're back in Staffordshire. And Karen's here. Lovely to see you. We've had a lovely week. Well, actually, I mean, we worked out. It's been just over 2 weeks. 8:50 a.m. in Canada. Oh my God, I'm impressed. Hope you're not making breakfast at the hotel. That is not for just you and your other half. Anyway, it's been just over 2 weeks since we last did a conversation. Hi, Carol. Lovely to see you. And morning off, bless her. Morning off. You'll be washing up later, darling. And a lot's happened, which we were just starting to think about. And also, I think we just wanted to share our reflections on a week. But since we last spoke to you, which was the 10th of September, we've both had a break. I was in Cyprus. Linda went up to Madeira with a girlfriend. And then we came back in carnage, basically. Absolutely. We can't see you, Jean, don't worry, because knowing you're in a bikini. And, but enjoying the sunshine, I hope. But no, we can't see you, darling. We can just know you're there, which is always good. It was carnage for the first week, and Linda was off in Madeira. And I did at one point that week could easily have just cried because... it was just go everywhere. Hi, Marie. It was just so much. And the lookbook was hard work. Florence and I could easily have thumped each other, I think, at times, but thankfully we didn't. We've both learned to take a breath. And then it went out it did then go out, I think, on the 17th. And then the bulk stock has all arrived, and we've had 7 Zoom calls, and it's been amazing. We've had such lovely time. Nice to see you too, Marie. And it's Saturday morning. We're about to finish for the week and try and have some kind of life at home before we get back on it on Monday. And we just thought, why don't we just catch up and I think, first of all, I'd like to say, I don't know what Linda's going to say. So I should say huge thank you, really. We not just launched the lookbook on the 17th, but we launched a website, albeit a portfolio one, not a econ website. Thank you, Fawzia, who spotted the glitch. It's always good to have a digital native on your side. We were on Instagram and Facebook. Didn't think I'd ever do that, girls. And Amy's looking after that for us, doing a brilliant job. And we've had, as I said, I think I said 7 Zoom calls, and it's been fab, actually. So I think my starting point is just like to say huge thank you for all of your time and attention, support, and love. How are we feeling? I know how I feel. I am feeling. I'm feeling really positive. I'll be very honest. I'm going to say it as I feel it. I'm really feeling positive about the feedback we've had. I think the the response to the lookbook and even on the warmth on the Zoom calls is incredible. Honestly, it's just, if you could capture it and then spray it, it'd be fab. Slightly concerned that we've given too much choice.
Yes.
Because I think many of you are cogitating, and I know we've had today Janet on the list to say that she's got a list. She's obviously revised it post Zoom call, but it's still too long. And so the thing I would like to say is that I think there's lots of people in that situation. Julia, lovely Julia, sent an email this week and just said help.
Yeah.
She just needed some help working out what to buy. Helen messaged me on WhatsApp and said, can I have a chat? And we had half an hour on the phone just talking about what she should buy that would be really good value to her wardrobe without feeling frivolous. And as you know, we really encourage that. This is about investment dressing, getting your wardrobe to work hard for you, rather than just randomly buying pieces that will sit there in 6 months' time. They've still got their tags on. That's not what this is about. So I think I wanted to say I really appreciate that we might have overphased some people, if that's the right word. Do I regret given the choice that we've given? No, I don't. I think it's right. But if it would be helpful to have a call or a quick Zoom, whatever, to kind of just say, I'm thinking of this, Nayna. This is what I've already got, and this is how I'm thinking of wearing it. And Linda, sorry, Nayna or Linda. Then we're happy to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think there's also some people thinking I'm going to wait for the road trip, and have a good old try on then. But in summary, chuffed to bits with the response, and just putting an offer of help out there if it would be helpful. And that's what I would say. And so how are you feeling, sweetie, while I slurp my tea?
Well, I'm a bit like Nayna. I mean, I'm quite elated by it. I mean, I did feel a little bit bad going off when I did, but it had been booked for nearly a year, so I didn't have a lot of choice, but came back into it and just hit the ground running on Monday. And like Nayna said, the Zoom calls have been so good. You've been so patient with us because they've been on average running for about an hour and 20, an hour and 30 minutes. And that's actually quite a long time to sit and absorb 28 outfits, which we did, 14 outfits each. So there is a lot to take on. And I absolutely get it. I've been having little WhatsApp conversations with lovely Alison. And, I'm in the same boat. I've been wearing, I said this morning, actually, thank goodness I wore the same outfits for this all through the Zooms, because if I'd had more than 14 outfits on, my list would have been even longer. So it is such a versatile collection, but it is a lot to get your head round. Having said that, it looks amazing, it feels amazing on, and I'm just really saying what Nayna has said. The response has been absolutely incredible. So yeah, just bring on the road trips. Can't wait to get it out there and to actually show it to you, for those of you that can make it. And just let's get on with the season.
Yeah, for sure. And Carmel, that's a good shout of yours, because I know you couldn't make the Zooms. In all seriousness, you were on washing up duties in your brother's hotel. And you're coming to London, which is brilliant. And just to say on that, and I apologise for not getting the details out sooner. We've all known what the date is. So we are coming to Edinburgh for the 14th of October.
Yeah.
And we are going to London for the Friday the 17th of October. Gee whiz, get your brain in gear, girl. For 14th Edinburgh, 17th London. And all the details are coming out on an email and a Substack post tomorrow. So we'll get that comms up and running. On Monday, we are going to film 2 weeks worth of content, and we're going to have some fun doing the We Need to Talk About. And then we're going to post those 2 posts a week for the next subsequent 2 weeks. Just a bit of a insight. We were both buggering off again on holiday. Sorry about this. It's like buses, isn't it? But anyway, I go off to Spain next Friday. Linda goes off to the East Coast on Friday. So we won't be processing orders between the 3rd and the 10th of October. Thankfully, Linda's back on Saturday the 10th, so she'll be on it.
Yeah.
No, it's the
11th. I'll be back in on the 11th. So
if you're wanting to order, we will still process order requests to make sure the stock's guaranteed. But we won't send anything out until Saturday, the 11th of October. Hope that is clear. And just to say, what else was I going to say? Something else. I think we've mentioned launching the website.
Yeah,
haven't we? I did.
Yeah, you did. Absolutely. Yeah.
And now the next challenge is whether we can get this video onto Substack, because I think that's what Amanda's asking. Yeah, Amanda, that we really, and cross fingers, we're going to try first today, which will be posting the video on Substack, which I think is relatively straightforward. The question is whether we can post it on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
So we'll give that a go if we can.
That'll be Amy. Because that's certainly not my strength. That's for sure.
Amy, have you got that, love? That's your job. I know Amy's on. So Belle's Carmel, Belle's Sleeve Topper Ride, colour and style. Oh, you're asking whether it hasn't.
Oh.
No. So I've still only got, in fact, a Slim's gone in the black. Kirsten's on, and she snaffled that pretty quickly, I can tell you. And we've got the chocolate one at the moment, just one of each size, and the curvy in the black. But we're waiting to speak to our Italian partners on hopefully Monday, and we can get that sorted. And I guess that was the other thing I was going to say, the sorts of things that we're really pleased with. What has knocked me out completely, where we've put some really high price points in, and with a bit of trepidation, thinking, oh gosh, not because we can't justify the price, because the price is what it is, but whether people would be prepared to pay it. So best selling piece of knitwear at the moment is the extra fine Merino Piqué Polo. Brilliant at £175. The lace coat, hello, we sold 60% of what we bought, so that's a flyer, definitely. Where I'm slightly worried is cigarette pants in both the animal print and the check. So we've already emailed the Italians to say, how could we buy some more stock, please? Because the check cigarette, all three of them, the animal in both colours and the cigarettes are fly, and they're just, and I know why. I mean, let's be clear, because they're brilliant for the season. They bring the colours and the looks and the trends together very, very easily. So we're desperately hoping to get some more of the cigarette and the animal print, the check and the animal print. So they're the things that have sold really well, and that fills our heart, because and the other thing is, on the Zoom today, I was challenged by Jean. Who else? Because a bias cut dress literally arrived yesterday, which I just put on a hanger this morning, thinking, I'll show Linda when she gets in. Anyway, I was forced to try it on with absolutely Zippo on underneath. But there you go.
Good job it was black.
Good job it was black. And it is lovely.
It is
really lovely. So that's potentially going to come in. And then we're just reminding ourselves of other lovely things that we've got coming for phase 2, which we think is going to be about third week of October, when we're going to introduce some more newness. And and there's a special piece, and I'm not even even though I could show you, I'm not. Which is just, I took it downstairs when it arrived, and even Arthur, 24-year-old. To be fair, he's got a reasonably high EQ, but anyway, and he just looked and he went, that's good, Mum. Praise indeed from the 24-year-old. But we've got some gorgeousness coming for phase 2, but we've still got plenty of phase 1 to sell.
We have. And
I think that's it, really. Any questions? We're here. Ask us a question. I know Carmel has. I don't think anybody else has. Amanda has. I hope I've answered both of those, my darlings. And other than that, we will see if we can be super clever and post this on all platforms.
Yeah.
Do you like that? All platforms.
All platforms, yeah.
And And I should have said, actually, there's lots of other initiatives that we're working on, but we'll tell you about those in due course. But for now, from both of us, just a huge thank you.
Yeah.
It's a joy. It really is a joy. I said to somebody on the Zoom, Linda, I think it was Wednesday night at 7 when we'd done 3 that day.
Yeah.
And we were going.
It was a bit Groundhog Day that day, wasn't it? But we were,
we thought we were going a bit scatty. Arthur poured massive gin and tonics, which were lovely. And I just did a cheers to Linda, and I just said, "Are you happy?" And she said, "Yeah, of course." And then, to be fair, she asked me, and she said, "Are you happy?" And I said, "I'm like a pig in shit." I think that sums it up.
I think that sums both of us up, really, doesn't it?
It does,
absolutely.
All right, ladies, have a wonderful weekend. See you soon. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.